You guys may have noticed this corner has been completely packed for the last couple months, and that's because it was all of those parts for the C8 Corvette. I finally have room to practice my karate. Somewhere out here, 2 fenders for a C8 Corvette. I should have packed them. Love my guys to death, but I looked at it and I was like, let's tighten it more. We even reorganized it, and nope, 2 massive boxes went flying out of the back of the truck. So I'm walking along the highway to see if I can find them. Oh, this is a good sign. There you are. Yeah, they're both up here. No way. Hell yeah. One. I think the second one is up there. Got both of them. They seem to be intact. The cavalry is here. It's finally time to put these back in the goddamn truck. We're lucky. These packages, before we got into the middle lane, these packages flew off somewhere back here. Okay, the weirdest adventure here. We're here in one piece, hopefully. All these pieces in one piece. We're gonna go check, make sure the car's in the right spot before we start just unloading shit in this poor guy's garage and make sure that we didn't crush anything, but we made it. I'm a sweaty mess from all the running next to the highway. I have that beautiful highway glisten. I wanna make sure that these fenders are okay. I truly threw them back in. I looked real quick, this one was open. They're fine. This is a testament to the way GM packages them.
They look good so far.
Yeah, so far.
Other than that, nice.
Yeah, so I scraped out a little bit. That's okay, they'll block all this down. It would have hit here, nothing's cracked there. This whole thing's fine. Oh, it looks like just a, unless you say it's me. But yeah, nothing's...
Flying out the truck at like 60 miles an hour, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, so really the worst damage is what you just saw me do, pulling it out. They're fine falling out of a truck, being sucked out of a truck at over 60 miles an hour. We lucked out. What a predicament I have gotten myself into. There's a reason we have not filmed a lot on this car for a while, and that's because of me, and solely me. So here's the rock and here's the hard place. Let me show you what's going on. Problem is right here. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this, and you'll see this footage months after I did it. I pulled this piece out trying to get it ready for a new runner. There's a new piece right here that's meant to hold the bumper, the front of the fender, the front of the headlight. It's just this piece right here. I worked that over, and I've spent a lot of time trying to make that all good. Unfortunately, Cadillac does not sell you those. That's why we're here. This is one of like 3 in all of California that can actually sell you those parts, the aluminum network. Problem is, I broke the tack weld here. I broke the epoxy weld while I was wrenching on this thing, just thinking that that'd be okay, not a big deal. It is a big deal, especially for a company that's licensed to do this. We can't just overlook that, so we have to address that. That is connected to both of these pieces. This is the subframe, and this piece is technically still a subframe, and it goes all the way into the car. Absolutely a mess on my end to do that. If it was just me, I would put more of that epoxy there and hit this with another weld and call it a day, because that's the only damage that's done. The car is square, they checked the alignment, everything is fine. It hurts my soul to have this be the reason that this thing is hung up. The correct solution is to take all that out, all the way into the interior of the car, and replace that whole subframe. We're between a rock and a hard place. The rock being, we can't do this, we need the front parts, so we need to work with Cadillac Aluminum Repair Network. And on the other side, it's $15,000 for anybody to replace all of that, just to replace this tack weld. I want to know what you guys would do in my spot, because it's not an easy choice. I want this car to be back on the road, and these guys are amazing, and they've been very patient with me. But what a tough spot. So we're gonna talk with Jim, the owner. One of the things that Jim offered to do was have my guys here help disassemble the car to reduce the labor costs on replacing these parts. So that's the current middle ground that he's even been more than accommodating to help do. We got the key. because the car is definitely gonna be dead after all this time. 264 days, I think is what we calculated. It's really quiet here. Nobody's working, doing their real job while we're here. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so the door went down that little bit. That'll clean up. You still got that brand new 200-mile car smell.
Oh yeah, I smell that.
They give the camera a smell.
Here you go, guys.
Our job today, and over the next parts of this video, are to remove the interior, so that way when they do all the riveting and welding back for the front piece, they can reach it from the back side. There's some drilling that is involved to align the pieces. We went and bought the AC Delco like registration couple day subscription, and it is thorough except for one part. Check this one part out. Remove all components. That's what I was thinking that step would be, but you know, I had a hunch. Thankfully they told us to do that. So that said, we're gonna try and remove as much of the dash as possible, and maybe even put some of those parts into these boxes for now. Piece isn't as big as I thought it was. Some of the instructions say take like the whole subframe down and everything. I don't think that's necessary, but we'll have all that ready for the guys here, so the professionals do their part. What I want to do is make sure we take all of these pieces, which unfortunately are getting damaged. That's from previous people working on it. I'm taking all these pieces, trying to keep it ordered, because what the hell is this? Like, unless you look at the diagram, you're like, that is not a car part. It is on this car. So we're gonna try and keep left and right separated. That's what happens when you follow instructions. It's all disconnected, ready to go. This is the finest work I've ever done in my life. All the features that the C8 vent has, this is the weirdest one. We notice that there's an air vent that comes from the dash and goes into the center console. So you have this air tube here, and then flip it upside down. This is the back of the car, and it comes up to there. Well, then that piece is this piece right there. We're like, okay. It's actually a cell phone cooler.
Whoa.
It goes and cools your phone while it's charging.
That's badass.
Okay, Chevy, you won me over with that one. If you have no power, your glove box is electric. There's a thing right here. It says with the hex head. Oh, there we go. We're doing a lot of weight reduction right now. Okay, so unfortunately I damaged that. Maybe we'll bring some leather conditioner just to, because that's real leather. But I'm bummed out I did that. I'm trying to be good. These clips are vicious. Very vicious clips. There we go. This part is what we put on just earlier this year. So whatever, $1,500 part plus the airbag. And the airbag rips through that right there, that stitching. So we want to keep this thing, it's already perfect. And we don't want to drop that airbag. It feels like we've pulled out the exoskeleton and there's more skeleton left. You barely see this thing, like you're like that. It's horrible. Oh, look at that. Did I just trash? Oh my god, I think I did. Woo!
Nice.
Lucky bastard. It scuffed it a little bit, I think.
That was just a little bit of debris on the mirror.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This probably would have been expensive.
Oh, that hurt my soul. Watch out for that. This is not fun at all. Yeah, that's good. Okay, not gonna repeat what I just did. This is going. Okay. Not exactly your fuel tech unit. This is one of the biggest pieces. So it's kind of held in right back there. And Well, there you go. That's a very, very naked dash, and yet it feels like we've got nothing off of it. That's a lot of work. We have to actually take the actual dash out now, and that's going to be this whole cast aluminum thing and all the air conditioning. There's a lot of shit under this dash.
We think we have basically everything disconnected. Now Chris is gonna try and take this off.
Gee, that is a long ass bolt.
The guys got all of the framework done on the C8 Corvette. It's taken some time. They did it right, and it is a solid car. We're gonna come back, put all of these parts back on, all the things we've taken off, the doors, the whole interior, everything that's outside of the car goes back inside the car. And then on top of that, rebuilding the whole front as much as we can, and then it's time for paint, and this baby comes back into my arms.